Okay, so it's only 8 minutes after the open, and I'm already going to do a review because I did take a trade, and I want to talk about what happened so far. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about even in this little bit of a range, and the open. So things have sort of seemed to have stabilized for the moment, but when we first opened, I had talked in the now. Okay, let me add this on this particular YouTube channel. I don't know if it's done yet, but the video is being processed because I inadvertently recorded the video to a different YouTube channel that I use for music and things like that, and published it that way. I do sometimes push them out to Twitter. Uh, I'm not a big Twitter user, but because YouTube offers that, and when I publish it, it'll push it out there. It went out on that. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, um, then that might not be a bad idea. Well, it wouldn't have made a difference unless you follow my music stuff. So I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, the point is that in that video, which is now, I had to go and download it somewhere or download it to my, pull it offline, upload it to this channel. So, and it was processing. So you'll see if you watch, if you're kind enough, or watch that video. Um, I'd mentioned these gray areas here, and at the time we were trading around 0350. It was sort of, market seemed kind of stable, and I said, this area, this could be an area. It's a gray area for the, it's not just figurative. This is sort of a gray area. It's a balance area, and a gray area is whether or not this is a tradable area, depending on what you're looking at or what the market's doing in that moment. And I said, if it's really stable and it doesn't go up very fast or anything like that, this might be an area for a short, anywhere from the VPOC. You might, consider, and you got to remember these highs are here too. So there could be a push above that and get stops. Well, when it opened, it just rocketed, blasted right through here. So this was not a place to get short, or unless you had a very, a really far away stop, relatively speaking, you probably got washed out. So, but it retraced back through here and that worked, but it just depended on your risk tolerance. I mean, this would have not been, if you didn't want to miss it, of course, this is where you get in, but it was so volatile to start with. And that's what I was cautioning about. So at any rate, I'm happy that I kind of read that right. And then I'm also glad the video wasn't out there. I don't know if anyone is going to take a trade idea and run with it, but I certainly wouldn't want anybody to, even my own trade ideas. Sometimes I forget certain dynamics and I don't play it right and things like that. Like easily you could have shorted the VPOC here, the top of that area I've got at 05. But, if you had a 1-2 point stop, you would have been creamed, So anyway, it traded all the way back down. And I think what think is great here is that, I put this blue area in here about 7:30 this morning and thought this would be a first place to look to maybe get long. I'm really, really thankful it didn't take out the X low, because I knew that was a distinct possibility. Why it did or didn't, the reasons fundamentally, I don't really know, who's in the market or whatever, but it didn't. And I did get long there. And because it had such a strong move up and value is higher to start with, I didn't, I don't know, just the volatility in the beginning. I did okay, but I didn't stay in it this long. I got out somewhere in here under the TPOC because I didn't want to, I just wanted to get out. I didn't know what was happening. And I in my other video, I mentioned I'm going to probably go back to bed because I'm doing some health stuff to, and in the meantime, it's kind of making me a little tired and stuff like that. So that's just sort of the review. So what'll happen later? Well, we've got kind of a weak low here between the X that, I really strongly believe that we will come back down. Now, how far down will we get back? I don't know. If we get into the value area, possibly the opportunity to make this area right here, from the value area high. I'd say even down to here, just kind of watching, because this is going to be a support area. If it's a support area now, it's going to be sort of an area to possibly sell later, but this might be an area to, to look to get short going to the downside. But I'm going to take that out of there for now because we're not down there yet. But I don't know. Will we get more upside? I don't know. I really thought the way it rocketed up here initially that they were going to push up for the opening high almost immediately. We had all these single prints in V. The green signifies that was the open, so it was an open and drive. I do believe it will probably grind up here to the overnight high, maybe even the R1. Will we take out Friday's high? I don't know. We got news at 10. What is it? Manufacturing index, something like that. Let me see. Might as well, if I'm going to talk about it, might as well know what I'm talking about, right? Dallas Fed Manufacturing Business Index. That's it. That's at 10:30. Excuse me. It's at 10:30. Then after that, U.S. news is kind of light. All right. Well, that's what I got. So this was a great long. And I'm sorry that my video wasn't out sooner. I had a kerfuffle, but like I told you before, I'm still working out tech stuff, and I will make every mistake I can make. That's how it rolls for me. So, okay, Happy New Year. Bye.